was analysing someone's treatment menu the other day, and we were looking at the buy 5 get 1 free kind of scenarios. And to me, yes, it's kind of great in some ways because you're offering a package to the client and you getting them to be loyal, I guess, to you for those six treatments. But ultimately, you are giving a whole treatment free. So to me, you're devaluing that particular treatment. And on top of that, are you really profitable from the cost per treatment perspective? So I think it's much more of an exercise of what is happening within the buy 5 get 1 free, because, or whatever it is that you're doing, because what is a message that you're giving to the client apart from, stay with me and you'll get a free treatment. I don't know, I think there's a lot of devaluing that treatment, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's very difficult to lure someone in through a loyalty scheme of whatever magnitude that might be, whether that's buy 5 get 1 free or get points, because I know myself, if I'm going somewhere and they'll say, have you got your stamp card, or do you want this or that, and if you buy 5 now you can get 1, or if you pay up front, and I'm like, actually, do you know what, I just want the treatment, and I'll come back when I'm ready, and actually I'd rather just pay full. I know that's not everybody, but it starts to get a little bit like, I just want the treatment, and that's it, or I just want the sandwich, and that's it. No, I haven't got my card, and I never bring my card, and don't worry about it, because also it has to be good enough
for you to want
to
buy into it.
But giving one whole treatment away free is just, especially for me when it's on things like waxing, because if you're having waxing, you don't really dip in and out. You kind of come regularly once every 4 to 6 weeks, and you have your waxing. You don't need to. If it's a course of facials or something, where if you pay up front, you can get a discount of £100 or something, then that can be different. But I think sometimes we think up an idea, we put it into place without really assessing what damage that does to the bottom line.
Yeah, for sure.
And also as a whole, really looking into the treatment list and analysing what's working, what's your pound per minute, how many of each thing are you selling in a certain period of time, really taking time to look at it, and not just once and then adding.
No, for sure. It has to be kind of consistent, isn't it? But ultimately as well, you have got to focus on what is it you're trying to achieve by doing such offers, because is it the type of client that you want to attract? And it is working in some of the members that we've got. For example, it is working pretty well, but you're constantly attracting that type of client. So the new client, the freebie. So is that actually attracting a type of new client that you want to bring into the business? Because you're constantly devaluing what you're creating. And also there's an element of diary management, which we know since we're doing a lot of things on reception and reception training. Diary management, next thing you know, you have a full day of freebies. And that day is not profitable, which ultimately, if you do not move around all these appointments, making sure that you've got a balance somewhere. And we're seeing that a lot with laser clinics, really, where you have days where you're taking zero money because you've taken the money up front. So I'm not convinced it's actually better for the cash flow, number one, and I'm not convinced it's actually better for the team's perspective in terms of the mindset, because she's coming in for her freebie. Yes. I'm not necessarily going to retail for her, because I don't anyway, but that's a different topic altogether. But it's closing yourself off before you've even started, I think.
Yeah, and if you are going to do anything selling up front, then I think that you need to be very savvy about what you do with that money. I think it's like one of our clients is heavily on the gift vouchers, and heavily selling those, and then struggling when it comes to those being redeemed for the cash flow. And so we've chatted to them about having a pot for the gift voucher money, a separate bank savings account, whatever it may be, so that when it's coming in, you can pull it back into the business when it should be in there as such, rather than all at once. I mean, that's great to have that cash injection, but it hurts.
At some point or another, if you don't keep selling those packages, if you don't keep selling those gift vouchers, then it will hurt the bottom line. And I think also that a lot of salon owners or businesses have kind of looked at these cards, buy 5, get 1 free or whatever, as a loyalty program. But to me, it's not necessarily a loyalty program, because yes, you're going to have repeat business, but you're going to have repeat business in that one treatment. Are you really focusing that client to purchase something else while she's here, or is purely the client for, let's say, waxing, or let's say just that facial? Are they enticed to? So it's a huge marketing element to it, isn't it?
And it's just a different way of thinking about how you can manipulate your treatment list to get the most out of it as well. So whether that be, there's certain add-ons that you can add on to certain treatments. Actually, I was chatting to a client the other day, funny enough, and we were saying on her treatment list that she was going to build this document for the reception team. So every treatment has a list of add-ons that go,
it's brilliant,
that go really well with it, and that really helps reception as well on upselling and cross-selling. But also, when you want to do offers or you do want to give something, then actually giving, you could, for instance, when you're doing a facial or a skin treatment of some description, you could add on for a discounted rate, or if you want to give it as a freebie because you want to do something like that, then it's within that treatment time as well.
Yes.
So you're not taking away from the therapist doing another treatment or so on. So there's different ways and means, and you can do loyalty points as well. And you were talking about that with a client that I was on the call with the other day, and about how you could use the points. They don't have to be against another treatment. They could be against, once they hit a certain amount of points, they get a £5 voucher or this or that.
Yeah, and then enticing their friends, you get £10 for your friend, or you get, so you've got a bit of a, again, it's strategy and thought process around that really, really important aspect of the business, the only important aspect of the business, which is the treatment menu. That's where you're going to make money. And also having all these packages, sometimes I feel that is confusing.
It is.
Having a really clear loyalty program, whether it's points, whether it's whatever it is that you've kind of thought about, is going to have much more of an impact, because that's the sole message. You're not devaluing your treatments. You aren't selling waxing treatments for the hair or whatever anyway, so why continuing having those buy 5 get 1 free? You've got to analyze it, because it is what's going to make you ultimately very, very profitable. So all you have to do now is press the subscribe button and join us every week for an insight chat.
And if you have any burning questions that we haven't yet answered, then just pop in the comments below or send us an email, and we can include them in one of our weekly chats.
I've started this amazing community of like-minded salon owners to join us on a monthly basis with our Insight Chat subscription.
Yeah, on that chat as well, you'll also get access to lots of free downloads and content that can really support you in your business.
And thank you so much for listening.
And we'll see you next time.